everyone, Poundmaster 47 here, and welcome back to another episode of Updating the Rockfire Explosion in Minecraft. Alright, in the last episode, um, what did we do last episode is my question. I don't remember. Oh yeah, we had a building competition. That was fun. Yes, and we will announce the winners sometime this episode. But, last episode, I said by this episode, we'd have all the flow controls done and the Mac valves built up, and we'd be about ready to move on. But I thought, what better way to end the year than finishing off these projects before New Year's? We're not going to be here till 12 because, yeah, my family and I want to, you know, be in the same room and, how it is, tradition. But yes, I wanted to get these projects done while we were still in 2022. That way, next episode, probably not tomorrow, but at some point, we will, next episode, we can start on a brand new thing, brand new project, probably the air compressor, which I figured it out, how the air compressor at least attaches to all of this, and oh boy. So, yeah. So, we're just gonna keep... So, yeah, this should be fun. We're almost saying goodbye to... Almost ready to say goodbye to 2022 here. With a little... Going out with a bang here. Unfortunately, unless the channel pulls some miracle out of its pocket, unfortunately we did not hit 400 subscribers by the end of the year. I thought we were going to, honestly. But it's okay, we didn't. That's fine, it just gives us something to work for next year. Now, all those deals I made with you guys about if we reach so-and-so by the end of the year are not going to, are now expired. We didn't hit it, it's fine. But, the map tutorial, which I said we would do if we hit 400, I'm still going to be doing that because, I've built so much of it at this point, I'm not going back and... No, I'm not. Like, I'm not scrapping it now. We're pretty much that far into it. We're just gonna finish it, so that'll be fun. What to expect on the channel for next year? Definitely have a few things we can be expecting next year. One, this series to be done. I'd like to be done with this. Updating the Rockfire Explosion in Minecraft by the end of 2023. Now, I know when we started this, when did we start this? Like, wasn't the beginning of the year? That's not my notebook. That's the wrong notebook. I have like 30 notebooks. That's not the right one. Yeah, I have like 30 notebooks with all like important dates, like anniversaries we're gonna celebrate. Here it is. Different things we gotta build in Minecraft. And all that happy crap. Unfortunately, it's in a blue notebook. I have 5, all my notebooks are blue, and they're also 3 subject notebooks, so I can't really tell. Oh, we only started this. Well, we started this 6 months ago. I thought we would have been done by now. But, obviously, due to the fact that I took a few breaks, well-needed breaks, I didn't work on this as much as I was hoping to have worked on it. 148. Obviously, I say this every time we talk about the Rockfire series, like this series or and the whole playlist in general. I never, and I know I keep saying it, but I never would have thought we would have ever got this far. So thank you to everyone who stuck around with the channel, supported it. I really do appreciate it. I am half of me when we started this. And wait, actually, I think we're gonna go back through, like, just all the series of just this that we started. We'll talk about others in different videos, but we'll just go back through a few of them that we started in 2021. Obviously, the first ever series we did start was the Building the Rockfire Explosion, and that was January 25th of... Oh, no, wait. No, we're in 2022. Wrong year. Today does mark the 1-year anniversary of the 100th video we did in this world, so we got that going for us. So, not really interesting, but, you know, we got there. We didn't really do much in this world over the past year, now that I'm really looking at it. Just a few series I'd like to point out, though. January 8th is when me and Deadbird started the... I wouldn't really call it a smash hit series, but definitely one of my favorite series to record, and that was our concept animatronics. And if you guys don't know what that is, there's a playlist of it somewhere. But pretty much, me and Deadbird would go up against each other to build animatronics, like empires almost. Although we would pretty much just build like animatronic pizza places with our own animatronic band. So it was a lot of fun to record. We are thinking about bringing it back, although we might not, because all of Deadbird's was all of Deadbird's point of views in that series were sadly scrapped. YouTube deleted his account this past year, his old one, and we lost a lot of old videos with me and him. Some of his old series we lost. And unfortunately now they've just been lost to time. Although I think there's a website you go on where it'll find you videos of what like maybe deleted channels, so like YouTube a while ago. But I will try to re-record some of those, like especially the concept unification, the roleplay we did, the Five Nights at Freddy's roleplay we did, or Five Nights at Fredbear's, sorry. I will try to find those, re-upload them to the channel. Definitely a lot of series I wanted to look back at and just reminisce about. So that 1-year anniversary is coming up the 8th of January, which I honestly thought we would have been... With that series, we broke it down into... our plan was to break it down into seasons. So Season 1 would have been... Alright, see ya. But Season 1 was gonna be like the basis series, and if you guys wanted a second season, we would have probably done it. But pretty much we broke it up into, we were gonna break the first season up into 20 episodes, and we pretty much had an hour in each to build as much as we could, build up as much lore as we wanted, And we really did have a lot of fun doing that series. But yeah, a good bit of like all of his perspectives. My perspectives are still up, which if you guys do want to go watch, that's all we are available to at the moment. But my perspectives are still up. I will try. That is going to be one of my projects this coming years to refine and kind of restore some of Deadbird's old series to the public eye, and I definitely want to try it. But we will see about that. So yeah, Concept Animatronics, we honestly thought we'd be done with the first season. And half of me was thinking, oh, there's no way we're going to do a second season of this. It's going to be one and done. Like, we're never going to go back to it. So there's that. And yeah. The other half of me wanted to keep going and make that series one of the best on the channel, but that series is currently on pause. I still have the world, but yeah. Series number 2, I guess. What would be next in line? Not really. Didn't really start this one in 2022, but we started this one. We started this one the 27th. Most of it was, most of the series was in 2022, and that was the concept unification in Minecraft, where we took the original Rockfire characters we built, and we turned them into the Munch's Make Believe Band. That series was actually surprisingly a fan favorite. And I personally think it's one of my best looking Minecraft shows that I've built so far. Apart from this, of course. The original plan was to, in every episode, we would play the concept unification installation tape from, you can find it on, from the 90s, when the Rockfire Explosion was turned into Munch's Make Believe Band. And it worked. The only problem was, the only way we could do that was by only having me and Deadbird work on it. So instead of me having helpers on and all that, we couldn't really do that because it was delayed enough. Like, the way PlayStation streams this stuff, it's delayed enough that we, it was delayed enough that we couldn't get people on the series and inform them on, hey, we gotta do this, or we gotta do that. And by the time we would have done that, they would have, it would have been a little late. So that is mainly, like, it would have been pretty much no point. And some helpers I know wouldn't have helped at points. And I just felt like, hey, we gotta get this done, like, pronto. So it was fun. We're probably gonna do it again to this stage. Oh, I was about to say, I thought I built one more flow control than what I had to. But other than that, it was a fun series to do. And we made a few good memories. You know, again, I think it's personally one of the best, if not the best looking stage show in this world so far. Or at the time it was. Because I think this is kind of... Well, it's the best looking completed show, I think. For sure. Like, don't get me wrong, the original Rockfire's nice, but I don't know, it felt a little crowded when we did it. And the scaling was all off, and it was just a big nightmare. Because I constantly had comments telling me, oh, hey, this needs to be fixed. Like, that had to be fixed, this had to be fixed. Like, it couldn't... Like, it didn't really make people happy, and that's mainly the reason I decided to do this. But, again, the concept unification, it went really well. We had Deadbird there for almost every episode. I believe he missed one or two. Or maybe he didn't miss any, and I'm just going crazy. Frozone, I don't know. I don't think they really had a character in store for that, so that's why they just got rid of it. And plus, too many people might recognize it as Rolf. But yeah. So yeah, that was a fun series. Afterwards, we did the concept unification premiere, whereas we showed off the whole stage, as I was kind of against doing it during the build, as I just kind of wanted to take one big look back. I think we did have Crazy join. Oh, I just bumped my mic. But I think we did have Crazy join. One episode, but that was just to do the Munch's Make Believe band sign when Deadbird wasn't there. But it does look really good, in my opinion. We're going to build the Midgeons. Yes. Just, not at the moment, because I don't know enough about the Midgeons to actually... Like, I don't know enough about their mechs, like... I know they were more plastic. They were a combination of plastic and aluminum, instead of just purely metal. Like the original Rockfire. Okay. But yeah, I definitely at one point do want to build the Midgeons. Like, I want to have a bunch of shows on here so that, like, it'll be fun. I do eventually want to, like, do a restoration of these characters. Like, if that makes any sense. On this world. Like, at some point I want to make, like, a restoration series. And I do have a Duke from the original Rockfire that we built. I do have a Duke that Deadbird reluctantly. I got him. I was able to get him to blow it up for me, or not blow it up, but destroy it in such a way that we can fix it. Like, some patches are missing. It's obviously not a... I don't know if it's mechanically functional anymore. But it's in a crate. If we do have time at the end of the episode, I would love to maybe get that thing out of the crate, but I think it's been in the crate since closer to maybe the middle, either the end of the original Building the Rockfire series or the definitely towards the end of the regular Rock. It was by the end of the Rockfire Explosion series. Oh, I want to say it was either... I don't know. It was during the... it was close to about the time we built the Wolfpack 5, though. That I do know. Oh, head up! What am I doing? I'm at the wrong cylinder. I need to be up here. But yeah. So that was fun. We built him, and I was like, man, we're gonna restore this guy. So I had Deadbird do it to Beach Bear, a Beach Bear animatronic, and a Looney Bird animatronic. And I was gonna have him do the other characters, but after a certain point, like, we just never got around to. He never got around to breaking my characters anymore, and then, apart from the time, you know, he blew it, he broke the stage, but, you know, not every pork chop is perfect. But yeah, so yeah. After again, we did the concept unification, which was I would show you guys off the stage we built. I showed you guys the stage. I showed you guys the. These are the head tilts. I like Eevee from like Pokemon. I think Eevee's a cool Pokemon. How it can evolve into anything. See, which one is extended at the moment? So this one would. I do think Eevee is a cool Pokemon. My favorite Pokemon is actually Charmander. I know I'm basic. You know, literally Pokemon number 4 is my favorite Pokemon, but you know. But you know, I like a few other the hello. Some of the other Pokemons are okay. Pokemons. Oh my gosh. Some of the other Pokemon are okay. Just I don't know. As soon as like I first played Red and Blue, I just fell in love with Charmander, and ever since then, you know, favorite starter, favorite Pokemon, which will bring me to I can put into another story, but I'm gonna wait a little bit on that one. Let's see. Yeah, the concept unification premiere. We showed off the concept unification stage. We showed off. Like it was pretty fun what we did. Classic question: is he a girl? Actually, there are male and female genders, I think, of every Pokemon. Almost every Pokemon, at least. Except for, like, Nidoqueen, Nidoking. I think there are guy and girl versions of Eevee. Don't quote me on that, though. I actually kind of want to look that one up. So I'm going to run this wire. Or not a wire, sorry. If it was a robot, it would be a wire, but, you know, these aren't robots. Like a common misconception with the Rockfire Explosion. But, yeah, concept unification, we showed off what the stage looked like. I tried my best to film the characters quote-unquote performing the concept unification premiere. It wasn't perfect, but, you know. With the technological limitations that Minecraft holds, somewhat, yeah, it's kind of understandable I couldn't get that to actually work, but unfortunately, but you know, well, so they're the head tips. That's quite literally what they're called. The head turns. How classic is the Bear Dice? I I never watched every part actually of that series. I never like I watched bits and pieces of some of the restoration videos for Bear Dice, but I never actually like fully sat down and watched every episode of the Bear Dice restoration. So I don't really. That's one of those shows I'm not too familiar with. So that'd be retract, that'd be extend, and that would be extended, and that would be retract. So again, I'm not the person to ask for that one. I don't know, from what I've seen, Bear Dice is to. I don't know, is that show even still up? Like, I know Factor restored it. I thought I read somewhere that the owners of it actually sold it back to Creative Engineering. Or they like, scrapped it or something. I could have sworn I read somewhere that's what happened to them. Like, the show is no longer performing. I believe the actual story went like after they were restored, they were performing for a little bit, and then any of you, if you guys know actually what happened to the Bear Dice, please feel free to share some info here. But to my understanding, the Bear Dice was restored, and then it was performing for a few years, and then it like started to like the owners didn't really take care of it that well. And then like they wanted Aaron to restore it again, and he said no, and then they just got rid of the show. Because to my knowledge, the only Rock-afire show that's still open to the public in all the United States is Billy Bob's Wonderland down in West Virginia. To my knowledge, at least. But yeah, if anyone has any information of what happened to the Bear Dice show, like I said, that's how I remember. I heard things. I don't know if they're necessarily true, but that was just my understanding of everything. So again, if I am wrong, please feel free to correct me. So that's the next movement. So that was 5 and 4 for the eyes. 3 is the right eyelid. So which eye is that? Okay, it's this one. And Billy Bob is a character that lifts his eyebrows. He doesn't actually close his eyes. He just lifts his eyelids up to make him look more attentive, I guess you could say. But yeah, that actually brings me to a second question. I've been curious of if you viewers out there would like to go back to any point in time in the Rock-afire Explosion's history, like I don't know, maybe when Showbiz was first opened, or like if you guys could go back to any point in the Rock-afire Explosion's history, what time period would that be? For me, I would actually like to go back to like the 90s, where the Rockfire was on its downfall. If I could talk, that'd be awesome. But I'd actually like to go back to the 90s. Reason being, my reasoning behind that one is because Aaron Fector at the time found that it was too expensive to keep the shows, and so he sold like one Rockfire Explosion show for like as little as 15,000. And compare that to like he charges like 15,000 for just like a Looney Bird. So that would be like that'd be like cool. Like an entire 3-stage Rockfire show for for only 15,000. That'd be insane. But going back to my little New Year's speech, I know you guys probably are like, oh god, he's talking again. He's telling a story. He's ranting again. Oh no. That's my impression of some of you when I start talking. After concept unification, we really kept this series quiet, or I wanted to keep this world quiet a little bit. I wanted to take a break, enjoy life, do a few other series, but mainly, like, I was kind of tired of the Rockfire and animatronics at the time. But, little did I know that, that wearing out of would actually lead to this series. Pretty much back when, I was worn out from the series, I took my little hiatus from I don't know if that was my break from YouTube I took, or what the heck it was. But I decided I'm gonna try to build an accurate like a really accurate version, like a really accurate mech head for Rolf the Wolf. So I built my first prototype. Oh, I don't even know how long it's been. If you guys don't know what I'm doing, I'm trying to get this cylinder over here. But, yeah, after a while, so I built the Rolf and I shared it on, I think it was Discord, because at the time I didn't have my YouTube polls. I could just go and ask you guys, like, hey, or like share a photo with you guys, just be like, this is what I did. Like, I was proud of it at the time. So a few months, a couple days pass. I think it was maybe like 2 days at most, 2-3 days at most. I decided I'm gonna do a updated version of Duke, because let's just say my Duke, I don't know, the original Duke kind of looked pretty good to the original, so I was kind of proud of that. But yeah, my original Duke, I wanted to build like actual better Duke almost, like good looking, like accurate Duke. So I built Duke next, and I gotta say, like, holy crap, I did not think I was as good as building at building, like, realistic looking things at least. So I built that Duke, and I was like, okay, we're gonna build Mitzi next, because actually I think at this point I was like, alright, this is what our next series is gonna be. We're gonna update these characters, make the most realistic stage we could build, Minecraft could build. Ah. Good stuff. My leftover Mountain Dew, which I probably should not be drinking at 10. Because, yeah, how much caffeine Mountain Dew actually has. I don't want to. I haven't slept very well in the last couple days. I know it's probably gonna kill me one day, but you know. Yeah. So, next series was the. Actually, instead of doing that, I think I'm gonna bring this out and around. Crap! Did not mean to break that. But anyway, so yeah, the next series was. I was like, okay, now it's just official, and I started putting up polls on the Discord channel, like, okay, we're going to officially we're going to start building the. When we hit 300 subscribers, we're going to fully update and build a very accurate version of the Rockfire Explosion. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna we're gonna learn a lot about these characters together. Like you guys and I gotta say, I learned a lot about these characters, like how they work, a lot about the airlines, the actual inner workings of the characters, and I do really enjoy it, like learning new things about these guys every day. It also helps that one day I'd like to own my own Rockfire show, or just restore a character. Oh yeah, one day a show, but you know. But yeah, and you know, this series is kind of helping me learn like the ins and outs of the characters, which very useful. Like, I don't mean to self-promote a lot on this channel. I don't try to do that. But if you guys really want to learn a few things, like I have taught. I feel like I've taught you guys a lot. Like, I don't know, but I just feel like I feel like throughout this series we've all learned. I don't think this is extend. This would be retract, but I'm just gonna leave it because I am trying to get these characters done before. But so yeah, definitely this series is we're progressing, and that's really what like we're making progress. Maybe slowly. It may not be the most exciting thing to watch, as quite literally mostly all we're doing is placing down airline, like hosing up airlines, Mac valves, which we've been doing for episodes and episodes now. 3x3 cubes we're putting on top of those airlines to make flow controls, and we have to do that for every single character, and blah blah blah. But I just dropped my blocks. But yeah. So I think I'm doing a good job with this series. I hope, yeah, I hope, one day this is going to be looked upon by many Rock of Fire fans saying, "Oh, hey, like, this guy taught us a lot about," or like some YouTube channel like features me like, this is like the best built Rock of Fire I've ever seen in Minecraft, and I think that's mainly what the original goal was, to prove people wrong that Minecraft like couldn't build anything like you couldn't build very big projects on console Minecraft. And that's mainly why I'm keeping this series, like this world. I'm not putting it up for like world download or anything. Like we're never gonna put this thing on world download. Maybe one day if we do finish completely and build every Rock of Fire show and every Chuck E. Cheese show, then I will retire from this series. Like one big final tour, and then we'll retire. But that's not going to be for years and years, hopefully. Either I'm going to die first. Let's be honest. Either I'm going to die first. Like, I genuinely have high hopes, but I can seriously doubt. I have a lot of doubt that we're actually going to build everything on this world that I want to build. Either from lack of information on like what these characters look like, or the obscurity of some of the characters, or I'll just get so fed up with I'll finally get so fed up with like the Rockfire Explosion community or the Chuck E. Cheese community that I'd be done. But like, we've got years and years of this world left. And it's only going to get better from here. Like, again, this series is not just it's not just something to show off that, oh, hey, I'm really good at building. Like, I don't think I'm good at building at all. A lot of you guys say I am. So, general consensus, I guess I'll give myself an okay rating at building. But that's not what this series is about. It's like trying to find the true meaning of Christmas, like spending like it's up to one's interpretation about what this series means to all of us, about what this series is to most of us. I realize this sounds like super egotistical, and I'm trying not to make it sound like that, but yeah, it's been a special journey. That's all I gotta say. And multiple factors have accompanied that. Mainly the fact that, like, I could not have asked for a better community of, where am I? Okay, body twists. Okay. Sorry. But I could not have asked for a better community of people to just communicate with for this series. Like, it's, and I don't know, just the fact that it makes me feel special in a way that I started out building these as just a small channel wanting to make a name for himself. Like, I didn't think it was going to happen for the main part, but we've stuck with it. You guys have stuck with the channel, and I could not thank you more for that. But I don't know, it means a lot to me that that you guys, like, again, how I started how I started it all out was, I just want to make a name for myself in the Rockfire community. I wanted to prove to myself that I could do something like this, and and for the most part, it's the dream is becoming a reality here, and yeah, and then and I'm not crying. I just have a stuffy nose. It sounded like I was crying. I'm sorry, but yeah, it is hard to believe I started out knowing not a lot of stuff. Like, I knew the basics of the characters, and they worked using air. I didn't know, like, where, like, I, to my knowledge, I probably knew nothing about Mac valves. And, like, but it means a lot to me that, or it just amazes me how I went from that small channel trying to make a name for himself, just building this for fun, to this almost like 400 subscriber YouTube channel with a pretty good sized community. Oh, by the way, Billy Bob's done, so we're just gonna break those on his Mac valves right there. But it does mean a lot that I'm not gonna finish this, am I? This sentence, am I? But that I started out small beginnings, and we've just grown to, like, knowing a lot more. And that's sort of what this series means to me. It's not that, like, every episode you guys may see us building the same thing over and over, but gradually over time, like, I've learned so much about these characters, about the shows, how they work, and over time, like, it's only going to get better from here. Like, the look of the builds, the impressiveness, the complexity of the builds is only going to get better because, one, you guys want to see it, and two, I'm learning from each. We're learning from each build we do. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. I thought that's what it was, but it's mind-blowing almost. And then, like, everything's just going to get bigger, better from here. Where's the center of this? It's that one. Yes, it is. But it's like it's a journey for sure, and it does mean a lot that all of you have joined me on this journey. 6, 7. Sorry, guys, I'm counting. But this series means something different to everyone else, and to me, I think it means that I think it means that no matter how you start in life, no matter where you start off in life, or like, if you want to do something in life, do it. Like, invest yourself into it. And do it. Like, my dream when I started the Rockfire was to have a full-built Rockfire stage. And of course that dream will evolve and, like, change time and time again, but, like, maybe it'll evolve over time. Like, when I first started this, I just wanted to build something for my father, who went to a showbiz as a kid. This led to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2. And then this led to this whole big world, and now new goals have been made to build every single Chuck E. Cheese show and Rockfire show, or creative engineering show, sorry, that we and eventually like have this evolve into the greatest Showbiz Pizza Rockfire Chuck E. Cheese tribute ever to exist. And yeah, so that's my little spiel about this series. We are counting down to the new year, by the way. I should probably say, as we are, it is 10:20 for me at least, meaning the new 2023 will officially begin in an hour and 30 minutes. And again, as much as I would love to have us hit that, like have 2023 start in the middle of one of these videos, I'm just not going to do it this year. I don't have anything prepared for it. None of my helpers are on. Like, I don't know, it's kind of peaceful when the helpers aren't on, if I'm being honest, because I don't know. I constantly worry what my helpers are doing. For some odd reason, I constantly worry what my helpers are doing when they're not in my sightline in these videos. Like, if they're building the thing I asked them to build correctly, or if they're vandalizing my world somewhere. But I really do enjoy having people in this series. I really do, but my hair is going to prematurely turn gray, I have a feeling. From this series, like the stress of all this. So, my hair might prematurely turn gray, and that would honestly be pretty funny. Or start falling out, but we haven't gotten that far yet. So this is 3 3s, 1 4, and then 1. 3 3s, 1 4, 1. 3 3, or 3 3 3, 4 1. So 3 3 3 4 1. So how y'all doing in chat? If anyone is in chat, by the way. Like I don't know. I didn't really expect many of you guys, many viewers to be here. Many of you guys watching this maybe next day, the next day, maybe a week from now, maybe who knows? Maybe you could just found the channel, and this is like 5 years from now. Actually, that'd be kind of cool. My videos were still relevant in 5 years. So yeah. But yeah, welcome to the channel. Anyway, if you guys maybe just found out about the channel, leave a comment. Leave a comment, by the way. Like, if you just found the channel, or if you're like a recurring viewer. I think that'd be cool. There's 6 right there. 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 3 one, the weird 3 1 here. So there's 3 right there, 3 right there. There's 3 right there, 3 right there. Whoops. Yeah. So yeah. Welcome to the channel if you guys are new, by the way. That's pretty much it. I'm not gonna try to self-promote myself or be like one of those YouTubers like I'm not gonna gloat about the work I do. Like, I don't. I don't want to say like openly like, oh yeah, I work hard on these videos, like, and then I make good content. That's not up to me. If I think it's good content, like I do think this is good content, but I'm not going to go around just like, oh yeah, I make good content, like, or like make any videos. I don't know. I think that's why I'm not doing a channel trailer for now. If I do a channel trailer, it's gonna be something I edit or spend a while on. Might have to write some ideas down for a channel trailer here, but. Whoops. Okay. So we're just building the quick disconnects for Rolf here. Making pretty good time, actually. We got Billy Bob done. Like, completely with the flow controls and the, actually, air lining up. So, I'm proud of myself for that. There's two 2, 2, 3, 2. Okay. 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. So 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. You guys got that? Because I didn't. Oh boy. So 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, and this one should line up into the Mac valve. Yeah. Or the Mac valve, yeah. Okay, let's see here. So yeah. We're just building some Mac valves. That's pretty much all it is. But I like I was saying, I'm surprised I'm getting as far as I am this episode. I think that's mainly the reason, like, the first two characters took 2 episodes to build, to wire up, was because it was Beach Bear and Duke that we did first. It was Beach Bear we did first. Duke followed short after. But that was mainly the reason it took so long to build, because three, two, I think, like that. So yeah, like that is the reason it took so long to build Duke and all them. Because what we did, we took each individual air hose up into the character. We took each individual thing up into the character and, like, let it into the thing, which took a lot of time. And I kind of wish, like, now we were doing it, like, we started doing it how we did earlier. Or we did it earlier how we're doing it now. But, you know, again, the learning curve, like I was talking about. If any of you paid attention to that rant, not rant, but just that little speech I gave. That, yeah, so it's... Alrighty. So I did a lot of research on the, should I say this? Nah, I might as well tell this story. I still haven't read the manual. I want to do that next episode, or before next episode, just to figure out how this does work. I gotta go to work tomorrow. I might be able to do a video tomorrow. Depends what my family does for New Year's. So there's two. I think it's just all 2. So, I guess it's time to do the big, no, the big New Year's speech, which we already did, but that was technically my big New Year's speech I wanted to give. And this, actually, yeah, let's fix that so that it's actually like how it is on Duke. But this, but pretty much, this end one here is supposed to be 2 blocks, or this, the 2 on the ends are supposed to be two blocks away instead of just the one. And I think that's just because everything would line up properly. I don't know. I'm kind of. Oh no. So anyway, I was looking up. Again, I still haven't read the Rockfire Service Manual, which I'm going to have to do that. And of course, I'm using the one online because I don't have $300 to buy the actual one off Air Infector. That would be a cool thing to own. Just I'm not wasting $300 on like a binder. Oops, there's 2, 2, 2, 2. I think it's like 7 rows of 2. I don't know what my sister's doing, but it doesn't sound too good. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's pretty much. So yeah. I don't know if I'll do a video tomorrow. I will Monday for sure. But that's not until Monday. We still got plenty of time. See, it should be on the 4th when it goes up. It's like she's doing something with like a flute or something. Can't tell what she is doing. I really can't. So New Year's. I don't know. What do you guys do on New Year's a lot? I know I'm not going to get any answers because it's only me and it looks like someone else here. But what my family used to do, we'd go over to my uncle's, and he would always throw like a New Year's party. Yeah, why don't we just do something like that? Just like Frosty once said, I'll be back on Christmas Day. I don't know why Frosty sounds like that all of a sudden, but you know, maybe he does. We don't know. How many times have you guys seen Frosty out in the open, just like in the middle of your yard? Personally, if I saw a walking snowman walk out onto the streets, I think I'd run it over with my car. Like, just What is that? Is that guy in a snowman costume luring a bunch of children? Like, no thank you. Oh, that was an actual... I don't care if I'd have to replace a bumper. Like, what the... That'd be terrifying, actually. Just like, oh, the snow's alive. Just like, anything will die if you hit it with a car hard enough. Just keep that in mind, kids. Please don't. I don't want to be known for that. Oh, this one's going up on the internet, isn't it? But yeah, all of them go up on the internet, but this one's becoming a meme, isn't it? I have a feeling in like a couple years I'm gonna completely forget about this stream. Just like, oh yeah, I streamed on New Year's that time. Yeah, that was fun. The one quote you guys are gonna remember is, if you hit something with a car hard enough, it'll die. If you hit anything with a car hard enough, it dies. But also, yes it is. So I watched a YouTuber do a ranking of every since this is kind of like the last week, the last, like, we're actually dwindling down to the last few days of the technical, like, Christmas season. I count Christmas being over till like the 5th of New Year's. Like, pretty much, like, people will wish each other Happy New Year's until maybe 3-4 days after New Year's. And that's kind of when I end the Christmas season, so, yeah. Going on to, like, a little Christmas talk here. Okay, good talk. But anyway, I watched a YouTuber do a ranking video of every Rankin Bass Christmas special and like spin-offs that what they did within their 40 years, I think it was 40-year history. And it was truly amazing how many out of those I actually like watched as a kid. Like a bunch of the Frosty ones I remember watching. Like the second, like the original Frosty, of course, I watched. The second one where he like gets married or something. The third one, which is like, it's like horribly drawn, and they're trying to beat some. They're trying to like this old like businessman's trying to like melt all the snow or something in the town, which with like a spray that just melts it, which, you know, would be a good thing to use, especially when there's ice. There's like 3 layers of ice built up on your car's windshield, and you need to go to work. And you broke your like ice scraper. Oh, it sucks. But that's a story for another time, of course. Hello. Hello, Propstone Amusements. We're almost done with the airlines of these characters, I swear. It's almost over. 2023, yeah! We're not 2023 yet, but... And of course, the 4th Frosty the Snowman I was watching was, I think it's called, like, The Legend of Frosty the Snowman. There was Frosty Returns. There was... I don't know if that was the 3rd one or the 2nd one that they did. And then there was The Legend of Frosty the Snowman, which was like the fourth one. I actually liked the fourth one pretty. That's just because it's what I grew up with, and also like both Tom Kenny and Bill, I think it's Bill Faberbach, voice characters. Like, if you guys don't know, that's the voice of Patrick and SpongeBob from the TV show SpongeBob SquarePants. And like the voice of Patrick is clearly, it's like similar to what Frosty sounds like in that movie, and it's awesome. And then, I think the third one, John Goodman voices Frosty. I don't know. Coincidentally, John Goodman's the guy who played the live-action Santa Claus in the live-action Year Without a Santa Claus, which that one was a piece of work. That was a real piece of work, that movie. Fun fact, I share a birthday with Tom Kenny, voice of SpongeBob. I also share a birthday with Harrison Ford, so it's Mr. Lawrence. I don't know how he does Plankton so good. Like, God, that's the other problem when people do like SpongeBob impressions. Like, you could tell they're off-brand like a lot of the times, unless like Squidward, because everyone can do like a good Squidward impression, because it's not that hard. It's just pretty much clog your nose and Squidward. So there's that. But I don't know. Like every time I hear someone do a Plankton impression, it's always like super over exaggerated, just like the announcer. He also did the announcer, or the narrator, I guess. Their announcer, like narrator. That like a couple movies I usually watch every year around Christmas time. I did not see this year. Like either I wasn't. Yes, okay. I was just making in Jim Carrey's version, right? Or is this the night that not 19 something? Or is this the 2018 one with Benedict Cumberbatch as the Grinch? I mean, he did an okay job, but wasn't the best Grinch. I like Jim Carrey's version though a lot better. Apparently there were like 4 hours of that movie of just like with deleted scenes and all that. I would love to watch a 4 hour long Jim Carrey's Grinch. Oh, I think that would be so fun. Like sit down for 4 hours watching How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey as the Grinch. Oh my gosh, that's like dream come true for me right there. But a lot of those scenes are lost time probably. Oh, but that'd be fun though. That is my favorite version of that movie, by the way. The Dr. Seuss animated version was okay. This year, oh, I've never been to Disney, so I feel like you make it like a little Family Guy jingle out of that. Pack, he's never been to Disney, or something like that. Huntsville, Alabama's getting 2.0. Oh, that's not good. I have a feeling like 2024 is when I either 2024 or 2025 is when the last 3-stage concept unification 3-stage is gonna be 2.0'd. Or just getting rid of. Yeah, like, I wish they would give locations, like, it's not even the fact, like, I don't think 2.0 is that bad of a thing. the real worst part, like, I think it's good, like, the kids get to interact with, like, actual actors playing the characters. I don't know, it just kind of increases almost the feel of it, almost. But before you guys rip my head off for saying 2.0 wasn't a bad thing, let me reiterate. I feel like the way they gone about it is what's everyone's complaining about, because like you've got like locations like Rockford, Illinois, or Richmond, Virginia, for example, who had the or no, they didn't have the last Munch Jr. Like the last place to have the Munch Jr. or the I honestly forget where that is, where that was, but or like Richmond, Virginia, for example. I don't think they got 2.0. I actually think, or like Rockford, Illinois, like. Yeah, definitely, but I definitely think they could have done it a little bit better. Like, maybe instead of like actually hire people who actually want to perform, because oh, that's not supposed to have a flow control down here at least. But the I think it's more the fact that like I feel like corporate should give the yeah that there are three things wrong with the the 2.0. One, one, I had this lined out in my head and just completely skipped town because I had to read that. I read that comment, but definitely the first big problem with 2.0. One, they won't let the stores decide if they want to keep their shows. Like it's either corporate says you do this, or your location shuts down and unemploys a few people. Like, because I guaranteed like many locations, like Rockford, Illinois, the last Rocker Stage one. That was what Rockford was, but like Rockford, Illinois, um, Richmond, Virginia, and a few others. Like, I guarantee they would still have their stages if it was their choice if they were the ones that wanted to get 2.0 or not. Like, and I know this is gonna happen probably. Yeah, that's also another thing where I'm probably not going to discuss in a video, but or I'm not going to go into full detail, but yeah, reel to reel, the animation simulator for the it's pretty much the closest example that is still available to the public is Phaz Anim, and what that game is, you could if you have the sound files or convert YouTube videos to sound files, you can program the Five Nights at Freddy's animatronics to actually perform like shows, and you can like program them yourself, and it's actually kind of ingenious on it teaches like people like how how the characters. I think it's ingenious myself. But yeah, Chuck E. Cheese, the company, CEC Entertainment, they're called now, but um, shut down the game earlier this month. It was reel to reel. Basically, you could do it with the same thing, but with the Chuck E. Cheese characters. They shut the game down for some reason. What that reason is, yeah, I thought it was gonna be like some kind of like what this Minecraft world. I'm hoping this Minecraft world will be in years like this big like tribute almost, where you can still like see like the past almost. Like I don't know, it's I think it's very I thought it was very educational. Like I don't know, I thought it was a very good thing, but they shut the game down for it wasn't copyright, I don't think. Infringement. No, they shut them down for I don't know, but I don't know exactly what the reason was. I just seen the letter that the game did get shut down, but they start. Yeah, I wonder that too. Like, I think it was they were. I actually don't know for that one. I'm not the person you have to ask why they stopped using the Showbiz Pizza Time. I guess because Pizza Time Theater was done. Like, there were no more Pizza Time theaters, so they're like, okay, no one's gonna. The newer generation isn't gonna get this, but you know. Anyway, moving along. So yeah, that's my one big. That's one of my big three reasons why 2.0 sucks. Number two is the fact that they aren't like the stores are forced to once the shows are like removed, like the animatronic characters, which honestly would be like an awesome like they could make a lot of money doing what I'm about to say, but the characters have to be destroyed. Like they can't like auction them off at like say a store's about to get 2.0, they can't like the characters cannot reach the public pretty much is what. And the only way you're getting a character out of a store is honestly if somebody steals it and saves the character. And even then, like, they're like stupidly expensive. But honestly, I feel like the company can make so much money if if the if they allowed some stores to or like some locations could make a lot of money for the company if they just allowed some of the stores to. Not saying they have to do all of them. But like if some of the stores would just sell off the characters to fans. Like that's reason number 2 why I don't like 2.0. Reason number 3 is do not steal. Yeah, do not steal the animatronics. And if you do, make sure you can get away with it. I'm not condoning the practice of stealing. Just like mainly the people who get away with the characters are the employees, mostly because they can like they have access to the characters while they're getting removed. How big is studio? We haven't even. We're not getting to Studio C in a while, so like so so yeah. Don't steal a character, but if I'm sure they don't take inventory on everything that they're gonna throw away. Certainly they don't. I know they spray paint them in like blue paint to try to stop people, but it doesn't, and it's actually kind of funny that they don't, that it doesn't work. That's yeah, it's actually kind of funny that it doesn't work, but huh. Anyway, so anyway, reason number 3 I don't like concept unification is uh is the latex. Well, if you're lucky, like recently I just seen a Helen latex mask. This is, keep in mind I say recently, like 2 months ago there was a Helen latex mask on eBay for like $400. So yeah, they're up there in price. Let's just because they're so rare. Like honestly, after concept unification, the company didn't care about keeping anything anymore. So if you come across like a latex mask for the like from concept unification, you're pretty much sitting on a gold mine. At least they kept Pizza Cam. Nope, Pizza Cam's almost going. Pizza Cam's only in one location, and that's it. Like once that location gets 2.0, which I believe I think it's Huntsville, Alabama. Yeah, I think Huntsville, Alabama is the last place to have a Pizza Cam. So he's pretty much an extinct character at this point. Like, I guarantee Chuck E. Cheese is going to get rid of the characters. They're going to get rid of the characters, lose a lot of their business. Because, yeah, I think it has Huntsville that has pizza, the last one to have Pizza Cam. I know I'm not in the thing, but I'm looking for the if there are any currently the wiki page is um on the one stage. I'm checking if there's any. There are no one stage shows left. Anyway, where was I? I was heading to 3 stage land. But yeah, the moon and yeah, okay, Huntsville. So I was right. The moon and building, I can get you that one real quick. Or maybe I just hit my mic again. What button did I press? No, don't. Okay, good, it didn't load. You stop? Oh my god, I cannot click on this. Are you being serious? I cannot click on this. I'm getting to this. I'm getting to this somehow. I don't care about advertisements. Let me... I'm giving up. I can get an answer for you guys later. I'm getting this done. I'm trying to click on the... If you go into the Showbiz Pizza wiki, there's a thing there that'll say it has like main, then current 3 stages, former 3 stages on the 3 stage tab at least. And I was trying to click it, but you know how on every like Wikipedia thing there's an advertisement at like the very top of the screen in like the margin, and that kept popping up, and I couldn't, like, every time I would click it, it would load a bit more. It would push the thing down, so I couldn't click it. Oh my gosh, that was annoying. But yeah, so I am pretty yeah, but I feel like Chuck E. Cheese, like, it's seeing less and less people actually show up to the locations. Like, once they get rid of the things, they're going to lose a lot of business. I'm not saying they're going to go out of business, but they're definitely going to lose a lot of, like, their customers. And I have a feeling they're going to go... I think they're in Chapter 11 bankruptcy. I don't know if they got out of that. I mean, Munch Jr. wasn't really a main character to begin with. So they didn't really have a purpose of keeping him. Yeah, I mean, they didn't either. Pizza Camp. Other than the fact it was cost efficient to, instead of destroying the characters, it might have just been a little bit cheaper to retrofit them. But I'm not an expert on that. But to make kids less, like, notice that, hey, wait, where are the characters? Like, it was just to make it more, like, I want to say, believable that the Rockfire explosion... Yeah. But I guarantee Chuck E. Cheese, they're not going to see as much business. Are they still in chat? But anyway, if the 90s mask... Oh, latex was too expensive to mass produce. To keep mass producing. So they just decided, hey, we're going to get rid of the latex masks in favor of plastic, which is honestly more cheaper, which is cheaper to make and to distribute. Which it is. Like, I'm not going to act like, oh yeah, they're like Chuck E. Cheese, they're lying to us, but no, it is very much cheaper to use than latex, and plus it lasts longer, so you don't have to keep making new ones if they melt or something. I'd say, like, when Chuck E. Cheese remodeled their offices back in 2005, I want to say that's when they might have gotten rid of the molds for the latex faces. I want to say they might have. Well, I guarantee they did. But, like, I can almost guarantee the molds were thrown out. Just got that to make the masks. So that's why you don't see them anymore. Like, if a mask mold made its way back onto the market, like on eBay or something, like, I don't know. It'd be like a gold mine, man. Like you can mass produce the masks until corporate shuts you down, but you like mass produce the masks. The Rocket Fire explosion was more towards all ages, for sure. The fact that hey, like we're gonna hide maybe a few adult jokes in here. It was things. This is movement 8, right? Yeah. Oh, it's in 8 and 9, so. But I definitely think Chuck E. Cheese is more going towards their original goals for the animatronics, and that their original goals was that the animatronics, like originally back when the Pizza Time player in '77 in the Kuzner location, they weren't for the kids. Like they were for the adults, pretty much. They had the jokes for the adults, and then after I guess kids saw them at San Jose, like the characters became so popular with the kids that they made them like the next few characters they made them more kid friendly looking to appeal to that to that to them a little bit more. But and then that's when they brought in the cabaret stage of Dolly Dimples to still have something like for the adults. And then after that, it was just apply to kids. But I feel like they're going back towards their original thought process here, even though Nolan Bushnell is no longer associated with Chuck E. Cheese and hasn't been for many years. These rides left and right. I feel like now's like they're going back towards the thought that oh the kids don't like the animatronics aren't for the kids anymore, which isn't necessarily true. Yeah, I think if they decorated I'm not saying the dance floor is a bad idea. I'm just saying how they executed it was a bad idea. Like I don't know if maybe they didn't get to make the locations get rid of beloved characters. No, just a thought, but I mean, for Christ's sake, like an example of how the animatronics weren't for kids. For Christ's sake, the original Chuck was from New Jersey and he had a cigar. Like, and then kids still love the character. Like, it was like but and then exactly. Oh, whoop! I just hit my headset almost off my head, which would have kind of been funny. I would just set my headset, my pretty expensive actually headset. It's not that expensive actually. It's about as much as a good quality headset is, you know. Okay. So Rolf is a character that can close his eyes. So he gets extended. These extend. But But yeah, I feel like that's more where they're going here. Like, oh, the adults, like, there's nothing wrong to appealing with kids, like, nowadays. There's nothing wrong with it. Don't get me wrong, like, I try to appeal to kids on this channel, but not fully. Like, some content I make, like, especially, like, the South Park versus, well, that wasn't really my channel, but it was more of a collaborative effort between two channels, and, you know. Hello. Like, again, there's nothing wrong with appealing to kids, as I'm saying. But if, like, you worry about it too much, kind of like how Chuck E. Cheese does, like, then that's where everything starts going downhill for you, for your company. And, like, at this point, there's nothing we as fans, because clearly they don't care what we think anymore. The Chuck E. Cheese fandom, there's nothing we can do as fans to save the animatronics. Let's be completely honest here. I hate to give up hope like that. There's nothing we can do at this point. You all know it's true, and we're all kind of in denial here, but, like, once the shows are gone, they're gone. They're not coming back. I hate to be the one to say that, but we've all known that for a long time. And then the only place we're going to be able to see it, like a 3-stage show, is, like, you're never going to see a 3-stage character again. Except if, like, you bought one. You spent the thousands of dollars to buy and fix one yourself, which, you know, props to you, but, like, it's over, pretty much. Wow, I'm really squeezing a lot of stuff in the last hour of 2022 here. The last 45 minutes, I should say, of 2022. I've done what pretty much every Chuck E. Cheese YouTuber's done. Make an official rant, or Chuck E. Cheese, like, fan base member. I've officially made a rant of 2.0, so. You guys proud of me? I finally got one in. Even though I kind of didn't want to do one. Here we are. For the best, like, Chuck E. Cheese video you watch, go watch MatPat's theory on the lore of Chuck E. Cheese. It's actually very good. Like, I really enjoyed it myself, but. So, flow control there. Alright, so we're done with that side of the Mac valves, moving on to this side of the Mac valves. Starting with the left. Crap, I put that on the wrong arm, didn't I? Yeah, I put this isn't supposed to be here, but I'm going to keep it. Because, well, this just goes up the character here. Like, go like that. I'm really trying to get this done before 12 strikes, because, like, I want the next video we do is we're not going to mess with the characters for a while. We're going to hook up the air and computer lines. We're all going to have fun here. Like, so, now that all the ranting is out of the way for Chuck E. Cheese, like, don't get me wrong, I love the company. I love the I love the feel the restaurants like give off, but just the company decisions are just bad. Like, like the company doesn't do very smart things, and that's okay because we're always gonna have fans that are gonna try to like bring back the characters, and they can, like, no matter, yeah, like the only fear I think I have for this world is this series getting so popular with all the Chuck E. Cheese characters in that in them that both creative engineering. Well, no, I got permission from Aaron to keep developing this project. It was just if, yeah. So I think I'm good on that part. But like, the only thing is like this gets so popular, like one of the companies wants me to take down everything, and that would suck. Because then I would have to like cancel it or I get sued. And I would preferably not get sued. Okay, that's that cylinder. So I'm just gonna pretty much follow this up. Do you guys remember the show Animaniacs? That was a fun show. I'm not going to go too much into it because I don't know a lot about the show, but I thought it was a really good show. I watched a little bit of the reboot, and not my favorite, but it felt nice to bring back the characters almost. It did feel pretty nice to bring back like Yakko, Wacko, and Dot. For I kid you not, those are their names. For those of you who haven't watched the show, those are their names. They are the Warner Brothers. Coincidentally, or also, yeah, they live on the Warner Brothers movie lot. They live in the water tower. They're clinically insane. Well, there's that too. It's God, but it's a good show. I like the show myself. I thought the show was it shaped me into the individual I am today, and they that's all I'm gonna say. They it was a good show though. Unfortunately, it stopped airing back in like 2000. No, it had to have been. It stopped airing in like 2000. I have vivid memories of watching the original show on like cable. So I'd say it stopped airing roughly 2009, 2010. Roughly around there, because I have vivid memories of watching that show. Like, one of my favorite moments, like, two very vivid memories I have of some of the episodes. One was where the three of them were in school. Only the real OGs know what I'm talking about, but roughly. But anyway, they were all in school, and the teacher was like, was trying to teach him like, was it, maybe it was like science. And every time she would turn around, this is like a little gag they had for the time being, for like that part of the episode. When she would turn around, they'd be playing like ping pong or something. Like they'd be doing like weird, like crazy things behind the teacher's back. And she'd be like, "I know what you're doing." They're like, "Oh yeah, how?" And she's like, "Well, I have eyes in the back of my head." And the one's like, "Oh yeah, so do we." They turn around, like, I, two of them have like normal like looking eyes on the back of their head. The other has like 50, and she's just like, "Huh? Like what?" I vividly remember her being confused about it, and then she went back to yelling at him. So the next cylinder that is has a flow control right next to it. The last two are the body lean, of course, and then this one right here, because these two have the flow controls near them. Because I'm thinking like the more weight the cylinder has to accommodate for. The more the cylinder would probably need adjusted over time. Like, so that's why like you wouldn't have to go down. I don't know, or maybe like it's more efficient to do it like that. But I was about to say you wouldn't have to go down into the character to adjust the movement, but it's easier if you do. If you would do it that way you can hit the like push the button on like manually push the Mac valve. Like, wouldn't it be easier to manually push the Mac valve and then adjust it like right in the same place rather than? Okay, this is the elbow twist. Oh, there. My arm cracked when I did that. Ow. Kind of hurt. But, yeah. You think that'd be easier, but maybe it's more like it makes the airflow better in the characters, because, or at least it allows the cylinder. It like helps the cylinders to uh, lift like these. Because I know Rolf's arm here, it lifts all this weight, and this is a lot of weight because Earl's there, and cylinders aren't that light either. Like I have one right here, like, and it's got some weight to it. It's a Chuck E. Cheese cylinder, but like it's easily it actually remind. Trying to think which cylinder on here could be. Uh, it's like it's like that, like just the elbow bend for, like, it doesn't have to do a lot of weight. Of course, this cylinder's seized up. It's never gonna work again, but like it's got a little bit of weight, and plus the amount of aluminum. Like, aluminum isn't that heavy until you get a lot of it. It's kind of also it's how everything works. Like, it's not heavy until there's a lot of it. And then it's pretty heavy. Like, same thing with like water. Like, you hold your if you have like a glass of water, it's not that heavy. What's a good example? Or like a stick. Think of a chunk of wood, for example, like a stick. You pick it up, it's not that heavy. Or like a pencil, it's not that heavy. However, you hold like a book, you're carrying a bookshelf made of a lot of that material. It's like easily like 2,000 pounds, and you're like, this could have been at like twigs aren't this heavy. Because there's, not a lot of. And cylinders also got some good weight to them. Like, they're not really heavy, but. But, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to thread that one down through if we're planning on getting. Whoops. Alright, so we got something like that. We're almost done, guys, trust me. And then we're done with Mac valves until we do Antioch, which won't be for a few episodes. I have to also do a little research on what his Ptolemaic cylinder looks like. How am I? I'm doing pretty good. We've got, officially, for me at least, we've got 30 minutes until the new year begins. I'm kind of excited. Hope you guys are too. Hopefully 2023 isn't a bombshell of a year. Like, I don't know. But, yep, okay. And then Rolf is also going to lean forward like Mitzi. Because Rolf and Mitzi have the same mech, pretty much. Like, they have the same body shells, other than Earl. Like, if you would take the right arm off of Mitzi, and the right arm off of Rolf, like, they could essentially, again, in theory, of course, they could essentially do the same show tape and pass as the same character, which I think is very, very smart of creative engineering to do it like that. Because not only one does it save money, so you don't need to, like, build a whole new thing for one character. One more hour into. Oh yeah, you guys are off a little bit. That's also, I think, why I don't think I'll ever count down the new year on a stream, because it's gonna be off for like everybody. All right, and officially, I kind of exciting to say this, but we are officially, well, for now, like, we have airlined up every main character. I'm just gonna fly by them just so you guys can see. So we're just another step done. Like, we've officially, like, it's a big milestone. Like, I think like stage was important. Stage and some props were an important milestone. The actual character mechs themselves, that's an important milestone. And then like airlining up every character and building Mac valves. Like I don't know. I feel like this is an important milestone we just reached. The next few would probably be air compressor and computer lines. That's another milestone done. Body shelling the characters would be another important thing. Uh, Stage props. So yeah, every character is airlined up, and I just did a little flyby. The only rank it best, not necessarily, because I do believe they redo Santa and Mrs. Claus' wedding. Was in the Rankin Bass special, unless it was a spin-off, but was it was Rudolph and the Rudolph and Frosty crossover. It was Rudolph and Frosty's like 4th of July or something, where they redid like the origin story to Mrs. Claus and like they redid the wedding, except they got it wrong. But you know, I don't know if that was officially Rankin Bass though. It might have been like a knockoff company, but I don't know. Anyway, guys, so that's gonna do it for this episode. Yeah, no, I know not a lot of people know about that special, so it's not that big of a deal. But so anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for this episode of updating the Rockfire Explosion in Minecraft. Next episode, I guess we start building the air compressor system, like the air dryer, the motor system. It's gonna be interesting for me to figure all this out. I gotta read the entire air system section in the service manual, so I think I'll like start that tomorrow. Maybe a little right after the episode to just understand this. Anyway, so I'm trying to figure out what. But we've officially got flow controls and Mac valves on all the characters. Next thing, airlines would probably be airlines to the compressor, the actual compressor itself. I think we can get all that in the next episode, like an air dryer, compressor, like air compressor, and the compressor lines. And then after that, the computer lines to the tape decks and the I don't know what it's actually called. Like it looks like a filing cabinet almost. It's got like 2 drawers with the thing. I don't know what it's called. And then I think that's going to be it actually. And then we can then start putting not cosmetics but the body shells on the characters, and I am going to be excited for that. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of updating the Rockfire Explosion. I'm surprised we got everything done. But alright guys, in the next episode, will obviously be the next year. Will be next year, so I'm not gonna see another video till next year. So sorry guys, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. But yeah. So I want to say, oh boy, I butchered that completely. I just want to say Happy New Year to every single one of you here. And I never told you guys my New Year's resolution. So my New Year's resolution this year is to finish this series and possibly start a new one before the end of the year. That is my New Year's resolution. But we will certainly get to that as time goes on. So I do hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you guys did, hit that like button, and while you're at it, if you're new to this channel, why not hit that subscribe button, as we are currently on our way to 400 subscribers. If you guys don't want to miss a future upload of this, to see how the progress is coming along, or if you guys don't want to miss a future another series by me, like my survival series, or maybe my new Sims 4 playthrough, for sure, hit that notification bell and you will be notified for every single new live stream or video I come out with. That's going to do it for me. Like I said, I hope you guys all had a good video. I hope you all have a happy new year. And I will see you all next year. I can just say that. Bye-bye!